Unless you live under a rock, you may be well aware of all that has been happening in Bangladesh. Here is a summary of all that has occurred. The evil ruler got toppled. Evil ruler which India loved, but most people in Northeast India disliked her because, well, she is Bangladeshi and allegedly pushed Bangladeshis to enter India illegally. But the evil ruler was friends with Indian government, and as we record this, she is chilling in chilly Delhi. Although I wonder if she appreciates the air quality in NCR. Now here is the issue. Since the Indian government liked the evil ruler, who among many other things is credited with promoting friends and families, muzzling democracy, killing innocent people, and a few other things like, buying properties worth billions in first world nations, we of course do not like those who replaced her. And this is where the problems begin for India. And as always, it will hurt the Northeast the most. I'm Kalyan Dev, and after a brief hiatus, we are back with Decoded, and this week we will discuss why the complexities of Bangladesh hurt us, the residents of Northeast.
Pursuing for months. The village of Assam taking the 75th Independence Day.
One good thing about modern revolution is that among many other things, we are spoiled for choice when it comes to amazing images and moments. For me, the image of a man running away with a fish has to be my favorite. I'm being biased, of course, but beyond some light moments, the severity of the situation cannot be ignored at all. The truth is, for all things bad, Sheikh Hasina was a friend of India. And the sadder truth is, despite being a friend of India, not only was there no end to illegal immigration from Bangladesh, but if anything, it increased. Now, I'm not making this claim on my own, but every Assam election in the past 20 years has more or less had the same issue. Illegal immigration, demographic changes. Now, if this happened during the rule of a person who was considered a friend of India, what would happen now? Also, let us make one thing very clear. Indian politics, especially from one party, BJP, make it sound like the moment they are elected, they will end illegal immigration. Not tired of making these promises to Assam, Meghalaya, Nagaland and every other northeast state, our Assam CM went to Jharkhand to do the same. But we all know that the ground reality is different because, well, the regime of Sheikh Hasina may have been India friendly, not stupid. But why will Bangladesh take anyone back unless India can prove they are citizens of Bangladesh? Remember those stories where we catch an illegal immigrant taking a train, or when they are caught at the border? They are deported, sure, but millions that get through, according to the BJP, nope, nothing happens, ever. So when the Hasina government fell, many feared another tsunami at our porous borders. The reality for now seems like that is not happening. No state is reporting thousands of people trying to cross the border, and one reason is that, contrary to what many expected, Bangladesh has not slid into utter chaos as many predicted. And before someone says, but what about Hindus? Wait. We will get to it later in the video. First, we will talk about the impact on the Northeast. Oh yes, trade. Now, as I said, Northeast India may not have a lot of love for Bangladesh, but that does not diminish the role of Bangladesh in terms of trade. You see, India plays a crucial role in supplying raw materials and goods to Bangladesh, accounting for approximately $14 billion in imports annually. Many of these imports are essential for Bangladesh's industries, particularly raw materials. This means any decline in demand has a broad effect on the country's trade volume. In contrast, Bangladesh's exports to India total around $2 billion. So for India, a stable Bangladeshi economy is a big plus. And in the Northeast, this is perhaps best illustrated at the Akhaura border in Tripura. Here is a look at the 2023-2024 trade insights from Akhaura Integrated Checkpoint. Bangladesh exports to India between April and November 2023 was 179.88 crore rupees, of which the average monthly value was 22.375 crore rupees. The highest export was recorded in November with an export of 37.79 crore rupees, whereas the lowest was recorded in August with an export of 13.56 crore rupees. On the contrary, India exports to Bangladesh was negligible during that period. I mean, it was just one vehicle for which the revenue is unknown. The key imported goods from Bangladesh include fish, liquefied petroleum gas or LPG, cement, MS rod, food items, steel sheets, PVC pipes, ready-made garments and melamines, whereas key exported goods from India include wheat, cumin seeds, agarbatti, citrus fruits, onions, maize, vegetable seeds, broken stone, wood apple and spice powder. Now, what are the challenges for Indian exports? One of them is high excise duties in Bangladesh, which prevents Tripura's key products like rubber and tea from accessing the Bangladeshi market. But beyond numbers, it is clear that any long-term unrest in Bangladesh will hurt India and the Northeast. Even before the unrest, the conflict between Chin Kuki insurgents and Bangladesh security forces had pushed thousands of refugees into Mizoram. And while they were accorded a safe space in Mizoram, the same cannot be said for other Bangladeshis. And this brings us to a third chapter. Now, before I go any further on this topic, I must issue a disclaimer because such are the times we live in. I am not going to stand here and make it sound like anyone pointing out that Hindus in Bangladesh have not been at the receiving end of atrocities is simply lying. They have been attacked, their properties have been vandalized, and while the threat is not nearly as bad as it seemed in August, things are far from ideal. At the same time, if you want to make it sound like Hindus are being rounded up in hundreds every day and being shot dead, then once again, sorry, that is not true either. I mean, there's a reason why fact checkers have had their hands full with busting fake news over the alleged atrocities against Hindus in Bangladesh. But that is understandable. We have reached a point in our lives where we believe that majoritarian politics is right when it works in our favor and bad when it does not. This is why we believe when someone points out Muslims being lynched in India, we are accused of spreading fear, fake news or simply being anti-national. But when it comes to Hindus of Bangladesh, everything we hear we want to believe outrightly. And let us say that the Hindus of Bangladesh express a desire to leave Bangladesh. Fine. It will only be logical that they go either A. West Bengal or B. either Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram or Tripura. Now, do you think any state will be happy to accept that? Nope. For the BJP, a Bangladeshi is bad only as long as they are Muslim. Northeast India, at least the indigenous population, does not care much about the religion of the Bangladeshis. Take the Hindu family that escaped Bangladesh and said they would rather be in an Indian prison in Tripura than return. Should we deport them? Some will say yes, others would say that would be inhuman in our part. But does it also mean that we settle more and more people, Hindus or Muslims, from Bangladesh in India? No. We have seen what happens when a population is allowed to take over an existing region without any checks. We are talking about Assam? No, actually, we are talking about Tripura. Tripura is everything indigenous Assamese fear, but for the party in charge in both states, only one state is an issue. See the issue here? For India and for especially Northeast, peace in Bangladesh is not a matter of discussion. It is an absolute necessity. For good or worse, we have plenty of challenges and issues that plague the Northeast. We have seen how a conflict in Myanmar has hurt us. Do we want the same to happen in Bangladesh too? No. If the center truly cares about the Northeast, one can only hope they do all that is possible to work with and not against those in power in Bangladesh. We cannot afford to have one more hostile nation bordering India. That is all for this episode of Decoded, but before I take your leave, I would like to mention that we have started the membership program on our YouTube channel. You will find all the details in this video. So please subscribe to one of the membership plans as per your convenience and keep supporting EastMojo. Thank you for watching.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to EastMojo. For any queries, put them down in the comments section below and press on the bell icon for notifications.